All right, I just started it. All right. We're gonna start by giving all praises unto
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Bakakwadash.
As always, double honors unto our elders and the apostles, the great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. What we gonna get into? Y'all can take it away. Yo, when we get into yeah, let me.
Yeah, we can go into what this video that's buzzing around Israel, but mainly GMS, because we're the only ones that really prophesy these main prophecies. And we're talking about the Edomite that's talking about that America would never fall down for the next couple generations or so, or what he was talking about. He said, that's the one that's buzzing around. Brothers doing videos on it. And we might just, through the spirit, go through that.
Yeah, let me say it real quick. Yeah, because there's this dude. I seen that video. He was running his mouth saying America can't never be. Pretty much, he said America is undefeatable in war. They said America is the only nation that has nuclear warheads to work. He said Russia lucky if they got one nuclear missile that works. Bro, Russia has a Satan II. It's a hypersonic missile. And they already tested the missiles, the rocket. They didn't put a nuke on the, because you can put whatever you want on the head. Mm-hmm. And they already tested a hypersonic missile in Ukraine. You remember that when that happened? That was about what? About 10 months ago, right at the beginning of that thing. Russia has hypersonic missiles. They've already tested them. They work fantastically. And all they got to do is put a nuke on them as a warhead. They got nukes, bro. Russia's got them nukes. They can shoot them. And one warhead got like 100 warheads in it. It just shoot up, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, I was watching a video to like it.
Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
like and them joints got pinpoint accuracy. Like they test them like they have targets, like in the sea or something. Bro, pinpoint accuracy. Like everything gonna hit where it gotta hit too.
That's that Psalms 49 and 11.
Yeah.
When we get it, again. Yeah, because you got a lot of people with that mentality. You think America's unstoppable. We have the greatest military on the planet. First of all, they done kicked out half the military. Yeah. They refused the chungle juice.
Yep. And,
you know?
And like I said, I was personally in the military for 12 years. So I see that side of the house, man. And the American military is absolutely finished, man. Anytime when you got T words in the army and women serving in positions they ought not to serve.
It is a military one so-called woke. Oh, they got the non-binaries. I mean, the military just got weird, bro. And it's soft. It's weird and it's soft. You know, you look at Russia's military, they're not playing that stuff over there. Have you seen, have you seen the Russian hazing in the military? Get on YouTube, type in Russian boot camp hazing.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you go to boot camp in Russia, you getting the shit beat out of you. You know what I mean? They're gonna be punching you, jumping on you like a trampoline. You know what I mean?
Right, and them dudes can endure them elements.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and in the cold. They're in the cold. Mm-hmm. And how you think North Korea's military stands up compared? They're way more disciplined. You know, the American military is undisciplined, man.
Yeah, you got all types of fat motherfuckers in the army.
Yeah, this ain't the 1940s. I'm sure that, the Marine Corps was some badasses back in the 1940s. They would stomp your skull, bro. They would crack your head. But now, not so much. Because America, bro, is on the downfall. Mm-hmm. Okay, these people are delusional who think America's unstoppable, you know?
You gonna finish it?
Oh, I didn't even get it. Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So that's a proud spirit saying, oh, we can't be beat in war. You know, a real reasonable man would be like, hey, maybe we can be beat, you know? Mm-hmm. That's a proud spirit. Like, even if you're a boxer, bro, and you got that spirit, that, oh, can't nobody touch me. I don't need to practice. I don't need to do nothing. And I can take it. You get your ass whipped. What you got?
This is Job 24 and 24. It says, they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other. Yeah, because all the other kingdoms, and we made that video last week about different nations. Rome thought they couldn't fail. Egypt thought they couldn't fail.
The same thing happened to Rome right before they fell. What? It was getting weird, bro. it was getting real weird. You know, you had trainee emperors like Elagabalus,
Yeah.
you know, doing all kind of weird stuff.
That's bugged out too. Think about it. I think a brother made that point too. Like pretty much, once you start trying to touch the Lord's anointed, that's when the Lord gonna start making moves. And look at Egypt. You know what I'm saying? When they try to pretty much fuck with the Israelites, that's when the Lord makes action. Same thing with this. Esau, he gonna try to do. You know, he gonna make the RFID chip mandatory. So he gonna try to force it, and then you know the Lord gonna intervene. But it says they are taken out of the way as all other and cut off as the top of the ears of corn. And if it be not so, who will make me a liar in my speech nothing worth? You know what I mean? So who gonna prove us wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like the saying goes, time is gonna tell.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is gonna show everybody the judgment, and this place is gonna fall just like every other kingdom in the ancient world did.
And the biggest part, how we gonna find out what the brother said time is gonna tell? Guess what's getting ready to come up? A major prophecy, Revelation 13, verse 16. So that automatically is gonna tell you who's been teaching the truth and who hasn't. That goes in the house of these camps that ain't teaching that major prophecy.
All right, so I'm gonna read Obadiah, then I'm gonna jump down a couple times. It says, "The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle." Yeah, and that's another thing. See, when you got men talking like that, you know what I'm saying, as far as pride goes, that just, you know what I'm saying, helps prove us to know who the wicked is. You know what I'm saying? They further expose themselves through their pride. You know what I'm saying? It says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised." Verse 3, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, Mount Seir," you know what I'm saying, the Caucasus Mountains, so on and so forth, "whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" All right, so that's that man right there. That's, you know what I'm saying, you know, he got that spirit, just like the prophet Obadiah was speaking of Edom. All right, his pride, who can bring me down, who gonna take me down? We got the best this, the best that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They fucked up, but what the scriptures say, pride go up before a fall.
Yeah.
All right, so always check that, man. You know what I'm saying? But we know through the prophecies that this man is gonna be taken out regardless. So he can talk all the shit he want to and say what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Boast of all his weaponry and all that shit. But ultimately, the Lord, he put the spirit in y'all to make those weapons. Y'all ain't get that knowledge on your own. Brother God, come on, find this precept.
Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time," when we're in the latter time, you know, prove that. Second Ezra 6 chapter.
Yeah, we clearly in the last days.
It says that in the latter time shall dwell in the world because they have walked in great pride. And who's the most powerful person other than the nigga woman? Gotta throw that in there. Nah, it's the so-called white man, Esau. You know?
This is Jeremiah 50 and 23. It says, or 22 says, "The sound of battle is in the land and of a great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" Yeah. Like the Lord pretty much mocking this place. How it's like, how the scripture says in Isaiah, how is Lucifer falling? You know what I mean? Because like the Lord calling him Lucifer, like that's like a mock, because he think he's so smart. He's like the brightest. You know what I mean? He's Einstein. You know what I mean? You look at this nigga, science. You know what I mean? He's just the wisest and strongest, the baddest. But
We get that. Are you still where I'm at?
Nah, that's it.
Yeah, get that. You know where it's at. You said it, now you gotta read it.
My phone fucked up.
Here, I got it.
Here we go. No, wait. Yeah, barber shop. My phone's fucking up. I might get it.
I got it.
I'm kind of what?
Isaiah 14 and 12.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Oh, you want to read it?
Yeah, I was holding
Go
it.
ahead, you can read it.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Isaiah chapter 14, verse, I can start at 11. It says, "Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and thy noise of thy vows The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
What does that mean, the worms cover thee? That's talking about in a grave. That's where the worms eat you, in the grave. So this is about to talk about Lucifer. Because Lucifer is a man according to the Bible. Lucifer is not a Satan or a fallen angel. No, this is talking about a man. Do fallen angels, do they get covered with worms in the grave and the tombstone? No, they don't. Go ahead.
It says, verse 12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
How art thou fallen from heaven? A dumb Christian and read that and think, oh, he got kicked out of heaven. No, heaven means his rulership. Like the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. That's one world rulership. Okay, that's the kingdom of Israel. Heaven and hell are conditions played out on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It says, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
That didst weaken the nations. So the scripture said Lucifer weakened the nations. Now look on the earth now. Who is weakening the nations? It's Esau. Okay, starting with their main empire, which is the United States plus NATO. They weaken it. How did they weaken the nation? By terrorizing everybody.
Democracy.
Yeah, democracy, invading all these countries, stealing their resources, enslaving the earth.
That Momo movement.
It wasn't Satan or a fallen angel that came down and weakened the nations, bro. Okay, it's Esau doing that. I mean, he is the child of Satan. He worships Satan. Go ahead.
It says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Who's doing that? Who's exalting himself? Who says that they're above the Most High? Now you got your boy Elon Musk talking about he gonna put a chip in your brain. You know, they got the Neuralinks and Klaus Schwab said we're going into the fourth industrial revolution, which consists of transhumanism. You know, the merging of man and machine.
Right. And if I may say this real quick, because this would bother me. There's a lot of these dudes, these camps out here, they understand Esau the wicked, you know what I'm saying? They understand they understand Isaiah 14, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they say the MOT is a spiritual mark. This is if you know who the devil is, you know it's a carnal man, it's a man on earth.
Look up for him, bro.
And he trying to exalt himself as God. He's going to use some carnal to achieve that.
He's not spiritual.
He's not spiritual.
That's
So
a
what,
real
you
point,
know what I'm saying? Like I just don't be, you know what I'm saying, understanding that. That's how you know a lot of these dudes. We gotta bring it up because y'all be going off, bro. Like y'all be going
Because who's
off.
the beast? The beast go back to Lucifer.
Exactly.
Who's the beast? The beast is Babylon the Great, which is America plus NATO. A beast is a mighty military empire. You gotta look at all the different beasts, starting with the Babylonians, military empire, the Persians and the Medes, great military empire, Alexander, military empire, Rome, the greatest empire you've ever seen. Now coming back and, because the fourth beast, suffered that grievous wound, but it was healed. And it came back as America, plus NATO.
Right, and then when you look into the C-hip, all right, you understand that this device is gonna hold all your records. They're gonna be able to basically track you. They're gonna be able to control your food. They're gonna have control over your whole life. So on a carnal standpoint, just on the outside looking in, if I'm a man, I ain't got no power. I can't shoot rays out my hand and shit. What can I do? What can I create in order to control everybody? You know what I'm saying?
To M-A-R-K you.
Exactly.
So it's the M-A-R-K of the beast.
Right.
Oh, it's the beast. Yeah. You can't say that word, bro. You know what? It's the beast mark, bro. So he is, like the brother said, it's gonna be a physical mark. Now why do you think they don't want us talking about it?
Yeah, the spiritual M-A-R-K was when the Heavenly Father used the angels to mark.
Right.
That's something totally different.
If you go into the words, the Hebrew word mark in Ezekiel the 9th chapter is dawah, which means exempt from judgment. That's a spiritual mark.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
if
the
you go,
spiritual mark.
If you go into M-A-R-K in Revelation 13th chapter, it go into, you know what I'm saying, branded or imprinted.
Yeah,
then you go to the root word, which is pale or state, and it mentions instrument. And another root word, I forget exactly which one it is, but it mentions instrument as well.
Yeah.
So with all the things that pertain to Revelation 13, 16, okay, point in the direction of something that's physical, not spiritual at all.
Yeah.
But them dudes,
But yeah, you go into Ezekiel the 9th chapter and you read the word on that, and that's the Heavenly Father because he's spiritual. Esau's carnal.
Esau's not spiritual, right? He sold his birthright for some bloody stew, bro. He's not spiritual. Everything he operates on a physical level. So that's why the beast has his M-A-R-K. It's the M-A-R-K of the beast.
It's so simple, man.
Okay, it's not a spiritual thing. It's a physical thing because Esau is physical. He's a hairy man. He's a hairy beast. That's funny.
In Genesis, the Lord, Isaac said he's going to get the fatness of the earth, and how he's going to get it through the blessing, which is the sword, which is carnal.
Exactly.
It's like,
and we're not going to get it through our sword or our own. We're going to get it because the Heavenly Father promised it to us. And go back to the Isaiah. We got to finish that up.
oh yeah.
Start at 14 and 12 again.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Oh, Lucifer. Okay, so Lucifer. First of all, you know Lucifer is a Latin word, right? It comes from the Latin word what? Lux, which means light. It means like the enlightened one. In Hebrew is halal, which means like, you know, to pray, like hallelujah. It means oh enlightened one. Oh, what's the better way to say it? Oh glorious one, something like that. Exalted one. But the Lord's being how do you say that? Sarcastic. He's like, oh, thou enlightened one, oh, thou great one, oh, Lucifer, oh, Lucifer. That's really how he's saying it when you read it.
Yeah.
You know?
It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend to heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Yeah, that link up with that portion of Obadiah too.
Yeah. Obadiah 1:4. He exalts his nest as the eagle.
Verse 15, it says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
So he's going to be brought down to hell. And hell just means the grave. They're like, see, Lucifer, he cast out of heaven and he went down to hell in the underworld. No, man. Heaven and hell was two forms of, you know, when you're in heaven, like when the king of Babylon in the ancient world, when he was ruling the earth, the king of Babylon, he was in heaven. You know, he was on cloud 9. He was feeling himself. He was in heaven. But when he fell down, he was cast down to hell. That's heaven and hell.
Verse 16, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man?
Oh yeah, this is speaking of Lucifer. It said, when Lucifer falls, you know, he goes down to hell, to the grave, to the pit, you know, to his demise. People going to look on him and say, is this the man? Read it again.
It said, is this the man?
Is this the man? So it says Lucifer is a man. Okay, it's not a spiritual demon, Satan.
He said, is this the man?
But you can't convince a Christian to believe otherwise. They going to hold on to all them fairy tales, you know, for dear life. Now, they ain't going to let it go.
Just all
Right,
drowning.
but they fail to realize and see, there just be so much inconsistency in these other doctrines. Because when you read Job, you'll understand that who y'all call the spiritual demon Satan, he works for the Father. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? He goes out and, you know what I'm saying?
And he's not in hell. He's walking to and fro on the earth. Well, I mean, I guess it is hell.
Right, yeah.
Depending on what your place is, if you want rulership or not. Go ahead.
He said, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Yeah, so is this the man that made the earth to tremble that did shake? So who's making the earth shake or making the earth tremble? How to say it?
It said, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
So who's shaking the kingdoms and making the earth to shake? That's Esau with his military, with the beast. United States military plus NATO. They making the earth shake. And it's not the Russians. The Russians, you know, they gonna take the beast out because Russia, they don't want to bother in other countries like America. And so that tells you who Lucifer is. That's Esau. And he does it through his beast, his mighty military. That's an easy breakdown, man. You know, the Christians, they can't see that. You probably got Israelites out there saying, "Oh, Lucifer, oh yeah, that's he's a fallen angel."
Jehovah's Witness.
Jehovah's Witnesses believe that.
Man, oh man,
Don't they say like Satan's the Lord's brother or something? Or is that the Mormons?
some stupid shit.
I kind of want to read
They,
this.
they think Revelations 12 talking about war in heaven. That was
Yeah, actual war.
Like, bro, no, bro, stop it.
The war in heaven, it told you. Yeah, Hawashai told you he was going to make war with the armies of the earth.
We're going to force them to fight. A lot of they
That's the
don't
war.
want to fight.
Yeah, that's the war in heaven. The war in heaven. That's a future prophecy that hasn't been fulfilled. That's when the Lord and the angels come out of the sky, and the beast is going to try to fight against them.
Right, and then when you look at it too, a lot of those, like, it's a few scriptures when it mentioned the spiritual demon Satan, but like when you go into Revelations, that was talking primarily about the Roman Empire.
Yeah, every time. Every time.
Yeah.
Satan in the book of Revelation is talking about the devil, Satan, that old serpent. That's talking about the Romans. That's talking about Esau, to be more specific.
Right.
The Edomite. That's why it's called the Great Red Dragon. Always reminds me of the what's that show you Spartacus? You remember the first episode, right?
Yeah.
It's called the Great Red Serpent or something? That's Esau. That's the Romans.
Yeah.
What was that? Spartacus, season 1, episode 1.
It's more than
Oh, yeah. Verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness.
Who made the world as a wilderness? Who's polluting on the goddamn river, blowing shit up, cutting down all the trees?
Fracking.
That's Lucifer. That's Esau. Yeah, fracking.
You see that destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
He opened up not the house of the prisoner. America has more prisoners in the prisons, I think, than the rest of the world combined, maybe.
They has to have money.
I think it's like over 3 million people in prisons in America. The freest country on earth. Got the most prisoners, bro. You gonna tell me that's wow?
Right, which a lot of them dudes should have been put to death.
Hey, really though, yeah, because there's some wild people in there. They would deserve to be in there. Not all of them though.
It really should have been put to death though.
Yeah.
Like in most like murder.
Well, they keep them alive to make money off of them.
Yeah.
They get them in there. You know how they do it. A lot of the prisons are privately owned. They make profits. They turn a profit.
Chop in half.
That's a spirit. I just seen a post. Some of course, as a so-called black man, he got sent to prison, I believe, for most of his life because some white girl dreamed that he raped her.
She dreamed it.
Yeah, he got
That's like some shit of Life or something.
That's right.
Murder movie Life.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that movie sad as hell, low key.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
funny
funny.
as hell.
I can't watch it, man. That what's the other one? That's the Shawshank movie.
Shawshank Redemption. Is that? Oh, the Green Mile. I think that
Oh
was.
yeah, that's
The Green Mile, yeah.
That nigga dead though, I think. Big bald dude.
Oh yeah, he's through. Like he's in the spirit world with a beard and forehead. Verse 18, all the kings of the nations, even all them lie in glory, every one in his house, but thou art cast out of the grave like an abominable branch, and as a raiment of those that are slain thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit. And
Yeah, so you want to tell me the spiritual demon Satan gonna get thrust through with a sword? No, Lucifer talking about a man. So it's obvious when you read it. But the Christians, they just read the Bible and see Lucifer kicked out of heaven. See? It's just dumb as hell.
They go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden under feet. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
See, the seed of evildoers, that's talking about men. The seed of the evildoer.
And that's why America's going to get destroyed from sea to shining sea, because that tells you the numbers. Numbers was.
I got it in my head. From sea to shining sea.
What is that?
Can you play that on the piano? We gotta get someone to pull that thing off, man. We gotta get a pianist in here.
Yeah, real quick, Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. That's why America's going to get destroyed and it's never going to be inhabited. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So it's plain that America is going to be destroyed, and because all the bloodshed they did to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the true Israelites.
Yeah,
and to
right.
your own people.
Yeah, America was founded upon bloodshed. That's how this place was established.
Right.
I mean, you got the classic 21.
That's why when you think about it, that's why they got all these buildings and shit. It's a whole bunch of dead bodies under this shit. You know
Literally.
what I'm saying?
Plus the children that they sacrifice and they put them in the foundations of the building. That's a custom that goes back to the ancient world. There's some scriptures in the
It's
Bible.
fucked up, man. It's
How-
motherfucker rotting away.
It was common for them to sacrifice a child and put them in the foundation or something like that.
That's wicked, man. Last verse, I'm gonna just stop there. Verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children,
We're going to prepare slaughter for Lucifer's children, for Esau's children.
for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land.
Oh yeah, because people get mad. You talk about America's founded by blood, by genocide and slavery. That triggers people, man. And they're like, oh, that was a long time ago. And read that again, because they try to say it's a long time ago.
It says, prepare slaughter for his children,
Prepare slaughter for his children.
for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world.
Yeah, because let's say, nobody alive today owns slaves or had anything to do with killing the Indians.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, because if you descend from those people, then you gotta pay for the crimes of your forefathers.
You got their inheritance.
Yeah, just like in what's that? Joshua, one of the Israelite men, he had did something. And they killed his whole family. They just wiped out his whole family. But even still, when you look at the population, like the population from the time of slavery has increased majorly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, I think we have 8 billion people right now, something like that. So
Billions and
when
billions.
you think about it, a lot of them people back in reincarnation. Whether they, you know what I'm saying, believe in reincarnation or not, but a lot of people back here today being reborn, new little babies, or, you know what I'm saying, was born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, you know what I'm saying? Maybe late 40s and all that. You know what I'm saying? So all them dudes is back. You know what I'm saying? The Romans who persecuted Yahushua, they back. All these dudes is back.
They gonna get, just so they can get whacked. Or get thrown into slavery.
Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and ring it, and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Now you gonna get the nephew too. It said the nephew?
Yeah. You gonna get everything.
They gonna get your little nephews, your little cousins. Esau's little cousins gonna get his little nephews, little babies. They all getting it, man.
Damn. But I'll go finish number 23 then. I will also make it a possession for the bitter and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts. That's destruction on America, man.
Precepts. Job 27 and 13. This is the portion of the wicked men with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. And there are heritage of oppressors because they oppressed us in the ancient world, or not even the ancient world, but that too, but just a couple hundred years ago, and they still oppressing us to this day. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different form of slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, look, they just passed that one thing. If you get a deposit $600 or more in your bank, or what's some apps like the Cash App and the PayPal and all that stuff, they gonna make you pay taxes on it.
Exactly.
That's targeted at poor people. That's targeted at Israel, man.
And now you know that's all Jay. What's your cash app?
They cash it. Hey, Uncle Sam seen that shit, man. He said, "Oh, y'all want a Cash App, you know?"
You want to tax you.
He's like, "I got to get a cut of that."
It's fucked up, man.
This man is a devil, man. You thought you found a little way around? Nah. You should have stuck to using cash, messing with them apps. So that's why they gonna get rid of cash. Then everything will be controlled. How Jay gonna sell his drugs with the digital money? How's that gonna work?
You know,
They gonna be trading drugs.
So wicked, they find a way.
Oh yeah. They gonna start bartering. Like, I'll give you 5 blunts for a sip of lean. I don't know, how does that work?
Traded.
Yeah,
that's trading.
You're gonna go back to that pimping spirit, Jake gonna be, and that's why at a time when all hell's gonna break loose, there's not gonna be a lot of police out there policing up the streets. So you're gonna, guess what? They're gonna be start getting these women, and they're gonna start using women for bartering tools.
All of it. I mean, that's a form of payment.
Yep.
It says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. So yeah, so we see the offspring of the slave owners, you know what I'm saying, today, and they here just so they can be destroyed. Why? Because you are what your father is. We suffering for what our fathers did. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna do it too. You ain't exempt from that. You know?
That's why we trash right now. Because our forefathers, because they was being wicked, man. Now we paying the price for what they did.
I got a quick one for y'all brothers ain't holding nothing. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 57. It says, and now, O Lord Yahweh, behold, the heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But why thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, that's the Israelites, are given into their hands? If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? That's plain, man. You don't even gotta break that down.
So you could jump up to like 6 on that.
That's one of the best scriptures of
Yeah, just
these
go
heathen
with the topic.
that have ever been reputed as
Jacob
nothing.
and Esau.
Oh yeah.
You can hold that. Too.
Read that scripture to a Christian. If we tell the Christians the heathens are nothing, they're like, no, it changed. No, the scripture said the heathens are nothing, man.
Oh, you just did a lesson on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It broke it down simple, man.
That's one of the best scriptures.
A simple nigga can just get that, you know. That's
They
how-
can't get it though.
But
Yeah, they can't, because
They can't.
I was dealing with this Jehovah Witness nigga. You know, I was telling you all this stuff about this nigga in my job. I read that to him. He's like, oh no, that ain't Jehovah.
Oh yeah, that ain't Jehovah. That ain't no Jehovah, boy.
I'm like, man, that's Jehovah.
My Jehovah would never say nothing like that. Oh, Jesus loves
Then
everybody.
he had this big bushy Steve Harvey.
I already know.
He,
He probably got them rosy cheeks.
yeah, big
Just
chunky
smiling.
cheeks. J.
No, don't
Black
Jehovah ain't
yeah.
gonna say that, boy.
He's like, oh, that ain't Jehovah. Yeah, that's him.
Christians are funny, man. They're just simple as all hell, man.
They're not interested in the knowledge of the scriptures.
They just like to feel good.
Yo, I said you could grab that too out that 2nd Ezra 6. I mean, yeah, what you just asked? Yeah,
Oh,
2nd Ezra
6th
6.
chapter.
Yeah. Because hey, that's a key point to what the topic at hand.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going into Babylon being destroyed.
Oh yeah, come on. You want me to start at what?
You can start up this.
Start at 6 and 6. He says, 2nd Ezra 6 verse 6. It says, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other by me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand
Right, so this tell you, because that's breaking down Genesis 25 and 25 for you. About how Jacob, because when Jacob and Esau were born, Esau came out first, and then Jacob was holding Esau's heel, and that broke it down. So this is what that represents. It pretty much, Esau's the end of the world, but Jacob's the beginning of the followers. So Esau, he's in rulership right now, but we're going to be the beginning when the kingdom of heaven comes on earth. That's that beginning. That's that new beginning.
That's another thing that proves that Esau is the so-called white man today.
And that he's going to be in rulership in the last days.
Because a lot of dudes or women, I know y'all seen them women talking about Japheth, the white man, and all that, just because based off the lands and all that, you know what I'm saying, with Japheth's blood, but we know that not to be true.
Yeah, we trying
Because
to
it don't line up with
listen to no woman.
Yeah, Japheth, I mean, who is Japheth? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Japheth, bro, is trash. I mean, the scripture told you it was going to be Esau. He's the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth it.
Right.
So the followeth it is talking about that's the kingdom of heaven. That's where we're going to be in when there's going to be righteousness on earth. But right before that point, Esau's going to be in rulership. That's what it's telling you. There's two main players on the planet Earth, man. It's Jacob and Esau. Okay, that's the big power struggle right there. It's Jacob and Esau. But ain't gonna be no struggle because we gonna get the
Oh yeah,
kingdom.
we gonna roll on
It's been promised to us. Okay, and Esau's been promised slavery, and then after Esau go into slavery for 1,000 years, they all gonna get burned up.
Just like it said, the elder shall serve the younger. So that just goes to show that man about to go in slavery. We
Exactly.
gonna whoop that man.
Ooh-wee.
But once again, you know, all them Christians, man, they don't know the Bible like we know the Bible. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't even speak of the other nations. They just use the word Gentile.
Mm-hmm.
But you never hear the Christians talk about the Moabites or the
Moabites, yeah,
Ishmaelites or the Edomites. What name the Gentile? You know, you don't know them.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah, I made a point to the Jehovah Witness dude. I'm like, bro, so who are these people today? You know what I'm saying? Can you explain all these nations on the earth today?
Exactly.
What's their, if you believe in the Bible so much, what's these nations' biblical name?
Where they at? Where they all disappeared?
Yeah, exactly. So, just like the elder said, everybody just a Gentile.
Everybody's
Gentile.
That's what they say.
Israelite.
They like, only Gentiles can be saved. So you gonna tell me up in the Christian churches, they're not a single Israelite.
Right.
To them, an Israelite is somebody with a little small hat on their head. You know?
Tripping.
Yeah, we're gonna be slapping kufis off heads. We're gonna be slapping those little,
If the kippas,
yeah,
the frisbees, we're gonna play frisbee.
We're gonna be bullying Esau, man. Because guess what? That pride thing, man. That the Heavenly Father lifted up Esau to a point where he think he's above his Creator. That's why you got Edomites talking about the American military will never fall. Hey, man, it's fell. I've been there, seen it, done it. It's a wrap, bro.
I thought it was in rats when I was there. I was in the Marines.
Yeah, see.
They took boxing out of boot camp. While I was in boot camp, we used to box.
Oh, the
They
pit.
took it. Oh, it's too dangerous. Shit, back in the 40s when they was training for war, you know, when they practiced the invasion of Omaha Beach, you can look it up. Look at how many people died training just for the invasion, just in practice.
Airborne training.
You just died practicing. They used to shoot live rounds over you in boot camp.
Yeah.
You crawling under the barbed wire, drones start their cussing at you. If you just get up, you dead.
Now you got a bitch in there throwing with a grenade launcher with 6-inch nails and shit.
Man, she's one shot, she going flying 100 feet backwards.
Yeah, everybody know America's military. America, period, is a laughing stock of the earth, man. Simple and plain, bro. That's just evident. People here know, like, this shit whack, bro. I know dudes who in the Navy and all that. They not even in there for that. They just trying to, you feel me? It was an easy way out, an easy way to travel the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, travel to work, get a
Easy
college
way, yeah.
education.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? The people not even in there because they patriotic for real.
They in there to get that VA loan.
Exactly. They could get a new whip. They could, you know what I'm saying, have free housing for whatever amount of time. They could get the little benefits of, you know what I'm saying, being in the Army, whatever, Navy, military.
They ain't actually trying to go to combat.
Yeah.
What a few of them is the ones that was trying to go to combat. They just kicked them all out.
Yeah.
You know, all the men who are principal, they got kicked out because they didn't take the jungle juice.
I joined because I was in the hood. I needed a way to get out.
I joined because I was retarded. I watched too much TV. I thought I was gonna be a secret agent or something. I don't know. I read some in comic books, bro. I thought I was gonna get discerned. I was gonna be like Captain America. Bro. I don't know what I was thinking.
Those were demons that we had.
Yeah, that's the demons.
Those are demons, because I'm telling you, but they use that psychology. They use that. That's why they put all that in your face. Be all you can be.
They tell you that even in Captain America comic books, when I first came out, that was clearly just wartime propaganda to hype up the young men to get them to volunteer.
I was in.
That's crazy.
demon.
Like, think about it, like, let's create a superhero. You know what I'm saying, to make
Just
you
for the war.
patriotic and all that.
And on the very first issue of Captain America, it was Captain America knocking out Hitler.
Yeah.
You know?
Transformers, what movie was that? I forgot what
Oh
one.
man, the first one.
They had the fifth one, they had fucking Bumblebee fighting the damn Nazis and shit.
Oh,
You see
man.
that shit? Oh yeah, that bull. Yeah. I was like, man, come on.
They always demonize
They always demonize.
They always demonizing the Nazis in the movies. That's because the small hats control the world.
Yep.
Crazy. I gotta.
That's that slick shit, man. Esau is a
He's a
slick,
serpent, man.
crafty, slithery motherfucker, man.
That's why he's called that great red serpent. That great red dragon. He's that old serpent, Don't say old like O-L, that old serpent. That old serpent. Go ahead.
Appreciate that. That's a spiritual. I was thinking about this earlier. I forgot why, but before I was came up here. I remember there's a law that says what if a man is afraid, he got to turn back. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says, "Don't fight with a coward." You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people in the American Army, like the brother got the testimony. I think you said that last week. How people was afraid. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
You telling the woman or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People don't even want to fight. No, anyone, especially fucking Russia and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're already fighting the what they call it, the Titans, whatever, the niggas in the sand, whatever. But especially if they fight somebody real.
Oh yeah, you talking about America?
Extreme threat like Russia.
An actual military, not no ragheads.
Get ran through.
When you sit and look at all these other militaries, them dudes patriotic as fuck.
Yeah, they're patriotic. Exactly, they're patriotic.
Them Koreans is insane. Them Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
them
Oh, the
they
Koreans, bro, they ready to ride and die for Kim Jong Un.
Yes.
They support that man.
Them
Now,
Russians.
in America, they cussed out the president.
Yeah.
Whether it was Trump or Biden, half the country they
Throwing shoes at
disrespected.
him.
Oh, they threw shoes at George Bush. Yeah.
Throw a shoe at what's his name?
Putin. Throw a shoe.
Oh,
Hey, he's cool.
He looked mad.
Yeah.
Putin stayed strapped.
Yeah.
He stayed strapped.
And
He
That's
was-
why he walked. I looked like how he walked a certain
Yeah,
way.
they show you that.
Like, 'cause
He
he
stayed strapped at all times. He don't trust
He
nobody.
don't trust
Man,
nobody.
He said when he sit at the table, bro, he's way down at the end of the table. Everybody else is way over
Oh,
here.
damn.
He's like, you're not getting near me. I don't trust you.
You could look a man in his eye
Yeah.
and say
You can
that
tell he ready to draw.
Yeah.
Like, just, man.
He don't smile. He don't come out
No, I
waving.
don't.
He just let's have
It was
business.
and Joe Biden is the
And the majority of the Russian people, they support him.
Yeah.
The majority of Americans don't support any president they get. If they had Trump, the majority don't support him. The majority don't support Biden.
Yeah.
There's no you got a small patriotic. Even the Patriots, they're losing faith.
Joe Biden rides his bike.
He's right.
Trump was,
Biden.
Trump was probably the best thing America had.
Yeah, Trump was the greatest president in American history.
Yeah.
He's the best thing America had.
That's true.
How was the military like when Trump was president?
Oh man, it was sweet.
They probably, cause most people probably supported him, right?
Oh, Republican, because he was a Republican.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
we got raises every year, every couple.
Oh
years.
yeah, that's right. He was giving
He
raises.
was giving us raises.
See, that's how you make the military happy. You gotta pay them. Hey, that's what Septimius Severus told his son. He told his sons before he died. He's like, make sure you take care of the military and pay them, and don't trust it. To hell with everybody else. You just make the military happy.
Yeah, because the Edomite said the dollar's backed by what? The military. So you have to kind of be on the side of keeping your military happy. Ain't nobody happy in there, man.
Right.
Yeah, especially over the jump shot.
There's 22 suicides a day. They probably jumped up higher.
Yeah, especially when you add beliefs and stuff like that that the men don't side with, you know what I'm saying, as far as homosexuality and all that, non-binary, you fighting for a transvestite, man.
Right, just have somebody come in there.
Like, man.
That's weird,
I
man.
mean, how
That's
can
getting
you be in the
weird.
military where you gotta fight for somebody who want to be called a ferret? Like,
And then when you go into these other countries, the natives of the countries are go back to your country,
Yeah.
take your homo stuff
Yeah,
back to your
yep.
country where you came from. And they got videos of that. People, was that Army or Marine? in
That was the
Poland?
army. Yeah,
They was over there in Poland, and the Polish was like, "Go back to your country, take your gay stuff back with you," whatever they said. I forget how they said
Yeah,
it.
he said something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
we
said-
can't see on YouTube.
Probably said the F word.
Yep.
The rhymes with
So-
maggot. It's like, take that back to your country.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 51:28. To prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of Yahweh shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant.
This place will be like desolate, without inhabitant. That's what the word desolate means. It means without inhabitant. You know that? You break the word down. Desolate. It got the root word soul, which means one. Desolate means no, not one's gonna be left. Go ahead.
It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken.
You gonna be hearing the men screaming like women, like you know. The men have become like women out here. Like, you know, like what they call them, soy boys. A little girly
I
man.
knew she was fucked up when I seen that Jake, that
Oh yeah, I knew exactly. Dancing in the uniform, man. Oh man, bro, I'm telling you, I wish you brothers was in the military for a week, for 1 week. And the elder know, but that was some years ago. They were a little tough.
I was in there in the 90s.
Yeah, they were a little tough back in the day, but
It
you
was
go
alright.
go in for a week, man. You gonna see, man. It's gonna vex your spirit, bruv. That's why I was drinking, drinking big ass bottles of Palm Sun, you know, back in the day. But anyway, y'all got anything?
You got like a little bit more. It says one post shall fall. I mean, it's like one post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and the passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are frightened. It says, for thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Right? Like what's that? The Revelation, he says, the Lord, I forgot how it goes, but it pretty much put the sickle and it's time to reap, you know what I mean? Or something.
Yeah, you stuck at the sickle.
Yeah. The Lord, you know what I mean? Esau's time is up. He was a seed at first, and then he grew to this big ass plant, but now it's time for the Lord to cut that shit down. Alright? It says, I forgot. Oh, here you go. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. But that was it. I got it.
Yeah, man. Hey, what did it tell you? Because, like I said, the Heavenly Father's gonna force you niggas to fight. All you nations that's gonna go down there in the Middle East and fight. Y'all not coming back home. Y'all not gonna have no type of those homecomings that you do when you come home from Afghanistan. That's not gonna happen this time.
It was like the World War II. They came back from World War II. They had the parades with the confetti.
Mm-hmm.
You know, USA, USA. Ain't gonna be none of that.
None of that. Because y'all not coming back. when you Hawashais get this thing cracking with the Angels, y'all not gonna come back.
They're gonna have a draft too. They're gonna have to do a draft.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody want to join the military now because of the juice, the thing,
The wokeness.
the wokeness.
Dying.
So they're gonna have to force you to be in the military.
They ain't gonna have no
Did your
bread.
brother sign up for selective service? We gotta throw it in prayer. That's why you gotta
Yeah,
pray.
that's true, bro. I already completed my selective service.
That's I'm too old, bro. I done been in there. I done did my time.
Yeah, I did my over 8 years.
Hey, they might try to get us. It's like,
They might get-
y'all got experience.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yo, bring your ass back. But look, they gonna do the draft. It's gonna be worse than Vietnam. People that they just not gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Cause Jake ain't listening to nothing.
Nah,
man.
Jake tearing shit up.
Jake like to shoot at the cops and stuff and do dumb stuff.
You're gonna treat like Muhammad Ali. Shit. If you don't go, you gotta go to the military.
They'll send you to prison.
They'll send you to prison.
If they catch you.
Shit, hey, take the
And
L.
if it's wartime, then they can put you to death.
But this country's so far off. How would it be? Yeah. It's
But now it's gonna be
Who's
crazy.
not going though? Like, you gotta understand, people be on that Second Amendment here, so,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You come to the wrong dude house, you be like,
He gonna
fuck, I'm ready to
why it's
die.
away.
Oh,
So this
here
place is
it
on the
is.
way down,
A
man.
fucking perfect mustache and
Yeah,
beard.
that's
Assyrian blood, what's the dude? Assyrian blood dudes in prison. I forget. Assyrian nation.
I know you're talking about. I forget.
Skinheads.
Oh, the Aryan.
Aryan. I said Assyrian.
Yeah, Syrians. I was confused, bro.
Aryan
I
blood.
believe they even stole that from Japheth, that name. But,
Oh, you know, Elon.
oh, okay.
It's,
Aryan blood.
Aryan, that's where you get the word Iran.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
Man, when they try to say, man, that Aryan stuff, that goes back from the Nazis. And, well, not just the Nazis, but they used to theory that the white man came out of fucking India from the Aryan civilization. They still big on that. Go look up, the origins of the Aryans on YouTube. And it's just,
Assyrian, Aryan blood. Niggas.
I got it.
there's people still bugging out over that. They fight over that. Who were the Aryans? I help you out as the Edomites. It's like,
Damn, man. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword, and it's setting up. The Lord is setting up the ultimate showdown in America, man. When all hell breaks loose, this is gonna be crazy. But anyways, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, the swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, no princes.
hey, they ain't regarding no kings and princes up in here. I'm like, you gonna have sedition in America. You already got it. Oh, January 6th, like that. Yeah, those fake ass. Yeah, they try to say it was an insurrection.
Awesome.
But there's gonna be some real insurrections though. You know, because like even people on the right, bro, they not having it. So this whole country divided against itself. People fighting with each other. They don't even, half the nation don't even respect the president. That's not good for the health of the nation. So how the hell is America gonna last? You got problems like this.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is, America gonna be fighting with each other while Russia shooting missiles on you. You know?
The ultimate setup.
So you might have America, might nuke America.
Yeah, Texas,
You know?
like, Texas ain't going for none of that, and they got enough guns to actually destroy every other state for real. Texas, they got a lot of veterans, a lot of angry vets, man. I'll just tell you that.
Same with Ohio. Ohio.
These dudes big on their guns up here too.
They trying to say Ohio's the new Texas and the new Florida.
Oh, real? Damn.
Because of our laws. They got a super right wing running Ohio now. That's you got the constitutional carry up here. You know, the cops gonna mess with you. You need to walk down the street with a rifle over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh shit, then they made it legal for America now. Everybody can just walk around with guns even if they don't have a.
Depends on the state.
Oh yeah, I think it's
Ohio. I mean, you're supposed
it's open
to.
carry here.
Yeah, Ohio is all open carry, constitutional. You don't need no permit to even conceal it. You don't, because like a few years back, you had to have a permit to conceal it. But now you don't need nothing.
Damn.
They call it constitutional carry.
Wow.
So like, I just remind me. I remember my sister and my mom, right? They kind of live with each other right now, but they used to live like right across the street from each other. My sister's dumbass, she's still fucking with this worthless ass nigga that be on that gang shit, whatever. But they had a fight or whatever, and then the police came, and then did their thing. But the dude, he had a shotgun at my mom's house, whatever. Or no, it was at my sister's house, and then the cop was like, that shotgun was obviously illegal. I don't know where the fuck he got it from, but he just gave it to my mom. Like, here, shit, you have it. So that just tell you that
They
niggas don't give a fuck.
They don't care about that shit no more.
Because they really supposed to do something about it, but he just like, hey, just keep it. You keep
Man,
it.
you lucky you even call the cops when they even show up anymore, bro.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
Right.
It's like a free for all down there. Like
It really is.
people like just come to grips with like, man, I'm just trying to protect my family. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got nothing to die for about, you know what I'm saying, this shit.
Yeah, this shit is on its way out. That's how you know this place is in a state of disorder. There ain't no rule of law. People, like you said, you came up here, bro, they smoking weed outside. You know, 5-10 years ago, you might see it, but now just people just smoking weed everywhere. Doing drugs, selling just at the bus stop, walking down the street. Jake walking down the street, rolling his blunt.
Rapping and shit.
Rapping while he rolling his blunt. Bro, if you couldn't walking down the street rolling no blunt when I was coming up, bro, the cops would have cracked you upside your head. They would have tackled you. Get on the ground.
That's crazy. Yeah, we're
Not-
living.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
This is a disorder, man. Ain't no order.
Living in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it is Grand Theft all the time.
Hell yeah. Like this Mark 3:26, it says, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end.
That's America. America totally divided. It's the worst.
It's
Yeah.
like I was gonna say, so that means it's two Satans.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Satan divided against himself.
That's how
Two
it's
Satans.
a man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a good point, man. It's Satan divided against himself. It's two Satans.
Yeah.
And the Christians like, man, actually though, you got Satan and Lucifer. Satan the head and Lucifer is his assistant. So when Satan died, Lucifer becomes Satan.
Right.
Hey, you already can hear some bug out shit coming, man.
Right.
But yeah, so that just goes to show you how this kingdom going, you know what I'm saying, fell anyway, because it's all the division. Nobody's on the same accord, you know what I'm saying?
It's the most division since the Civil War.
The priest said on Sirach 21 and 27, when the ungodly curseth Satan, he curseth his own soul. You know what I mean? So like we read earlier, you know what I mean? Satan is divided, he cursing on his damn self. Like Esau versus Esau, Jake versus Jake. And what's gonna happen? Just like look at niggas in the hood. They just shooting each other, killing each other, they ain't going nowhere. Same thing with America.
The Esau's out there, yo, goddamn liberals.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They hate the liberals, bro. I hate
Right.
them. I don't like them either.
Yeah.
I don't like the conservatives. I don't like none of them. Always all the politics is of the devil.
Yeah, it's finished, man.
Yeah, this shit played out. I got something real quick. This Revelation 18, it says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils.
So yeah, Babylon, that's America. America's gonna fall. Hey, going back to what he started the video with, you know, you got a lot of Americans out here, they think it's the greatest place on earth, it can't never fall. But if you claim to be a Bible believer, how could you, it tells you Babylon's gonna fall. Babylon is clearly America, so it's gonna fall. It's part of the prophecies. You should look forward to that. You know, they want to hasten this destruction, but they want to stay here, or do you want to go to the kingdom? You know what I mean? They're trying to hold on to some America, bro.
Right, and hey, Christians break down this. So what's Babylon? You know what I'm saying? What
The Catholic Church?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of them say.
Bullshit.
It's not the Catholic Church. Okay? America is the only nation that fits the description of Babylon the Great, man. That's it. It's the only nation. All nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath.
Yeah, well,
I mean, have drinking of the cup of Babylon's, what's that? You know the
it's right
scripture.
here. It's right here.
I'm following the bummer.
It says in the hold of every foul spirit, Isaiah 34 chapter go into that a little more in depth. And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
So that's what's going to, after America destroys, it'll be like a desert.
Vultures and shit. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? Geckos? Little lizards and shit.
It'll be some cacti, maybe.
Or for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah, all nations are drunk of the wrath of fornication. So America is clearly Babylon. It's a great merchant city, okay? The World Trade Center is in America, okay? All nations, you know, America influences the whole world, okay? And there's a point in time when the rest of the world wanted to be like America, you know, because of America's culture. America exported their culture throughout the whole earth. And that's that fornication. Now they're exporting fornication to the earth. You know, with the LGBT stuff and the adultery, you know, women's lib. That's all come from America. That's confusion. Babylon means confusion. That's Babel. So they exported their confusion throughout the whole earth.
Yep, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, Christians. What's Babylon the Great, Mr. Christian?
Right. He says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath.
What does Vocab Malone say Babylon is? Did he ever say? We gonna say it's the Catholic Church. Babylon is a system. It's not an actual place. It's a metaphor. You know?
I hate that. He don't even teach. Like, he just talk about the Israelites all day. That's all he.
That's what you set up for.
He don't want to see the kingdom.
He
But
don't
Vocab
teach.
Malone's mind is not on the kingdom. His mind is on great millstone.
Pizza.
Views.
The what?
Views.
Oh, views.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that nigga don't get no views unless he talk about the Israelites or the Muslims or something.
The Muslims played up though.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody cared about that shit.
It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
So yeah, all the kings of the earth committed fornication with America, not the Vatican or anybody else, with America. That's why everybody in the world they still coming over here. They come to America. They're not going to the Vatican. Bro, we're just I live on the east side. We got Ethiopians. We got all the Africans. We got the Ghana, the Ethiopians. We go up north, you got Nepalese from Nepal, bro. You got Somalians all over the place.
I got a lot of East Indians where I live at, man. All I
the
see is
East Indians.
Yeah, they be up in
Oh, they have the money. Elon is smarter than the other East.
Be a doctor.
Yeah, they're all doctors and computer programmers.
They got some fat houses, man, where I work and, do my thing.
I'm right there.
I need to eat like my woman.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they nice. I did some concrete for this dude. The woman, she was bringing out food and tea, the good chai tea and all that shit. Big ass. I was like, yeah, damn, what you do? Like, I'm a doctor.
So just in America though, not in America, but just in Columbus, Just in Columbus, we can see all the nationalities of the whole earth, just in one city.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But so America's got all nations engaged in this fornication with Babylon.
Yeah.
That's proof America's Babylon the Great. Just like the Tower of Babel. What happened at the Tower of Babel? All the nations came together, working together. Same thing. That's what America is, the Tower of Babel. I don't know how you can't see that.
They don't.
How can you not see that? That's because the Most High put the blinders on you. If you can't see it, because the Heavenly Father ain't want you to see it.
Yeah, that melting pot.
Yes, the melting pot. It's gonna get melted, all right.
Yeah, literally. It says, where we at? It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
The merchants of the earth, like I said, World Trade Center, America. America has the most active ports of merchandise in the world. We got all the ports.
Mm-hmm.
All the money comes to America. It's the richest country on earth. And they got rich by doing business with all the other nations.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down to 7. They said,
Is Vatican City known for their great merchandise? What do you go to Vatican City? They got the, what's the thing? The gift shop? That's not the merchants of the earth, bro. Having a gift shop, you can go buy you a cross and some, what did they do? The rosemary beads or whatever. What do they call that?
Rosary?
Yeah, the rosary beads. You can go buy you some rosary beads, a plaque of the Pope. Nah, bro, that's not the merchants of the earth. That's talking about America. Got that merchandise. Okay, you go over here, we got the shopping centers, you got the malls, just goods imported from all over the earth over here.
Right. That's why everybody's so hooked on Balenciaga, Louis
Balenciaga.
Vuitton, Fendi, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Even the automobiles. Bro, you get German automobiles over here, you get Japanese, Koreans, Kia from Korea.
Right. What
You know?
color is your Bugatti?
You know, because
You know what I'm saying? All the time, yeah. They just throw everything here because they know these goofy fucks gonna eat it up.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't too much shit really American made, like, at all.
it used to be.
Yeah.
Usually American made stuff gonna cost a lot more.
Probably get a fucking knife, American made knife or some shit. That's about it.
Yeah, sword.
You get expensive ass American guitars.
Right.
Why? You just buy one from China for 1/4 the price.
Yeah. Where we at? Verse 7, it says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow.
Hey, that's that spirit when we started it off. When we was talking about this guy made this video saying America can't be stopped. We have the most advanced military, most advanced missiles. That's what he was saying. He's a queen. He sits a queen and you don't think he can be faded. You know? And we're ready to, you got what's done with that?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, we're getting pretty long on this one.
It says, and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
It's going to be utterly, so if you believe in the Bible, you should know that America's going to be utterly burned with fire, man. Okay, that's just the facts. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, because then we going on to the kingdom.
That's so true. You made that point. I gotta make a quick point. You Christians, you should want this place to go down because what's coming after that? The kingdom. Why you Christians talking about that bullshit, man?
Like they don't want to see the kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't even understand that.
They don't
bro.
want to see who y'all call Jesus. Just that's just
They don't want the Lord to come back.
Mhm.
They just want to continue on in their wickedness. You know, they want to keep having a little nasty little gay sex and doing their drugs and doing all this weird stuff. Eating pork. Oh yeah.
Eating that pork, man.
There ain't gonna be no pork in the kingdom. There ain't gonna be nobody eating no ham sandwiches and no pepperoni pizzas in the kingdom of heaven. That's gonna be against the law.
Pork chops.
diet soda.
The diet soda isn't diet soda. That's worse than regular pop. Cause the diet, what's the sugar that they use? That fake ass sugar is made from like the poop of bacteria.
Stevia.
Wow.
Fucked up. It says, and famine and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Burned with fire, son.
For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her.
Ooh, it's gonna be judged. This place is gonna be judged, man. Judgment.
Yep. It's pretty, the whole chapter basically the destruction of America. So
And
that's
it
the
proves-
end all.
yeah.
That's the end for this place.
And that's Esau's the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning of the follows it. That's how it ends. You just read it. Revelation, was 18?
Yep.
That tells you the down. If you want to learn about the downfall of America, just read Revelation 18.
Yep. And Revelation 19
Yep.
tells you who's gonna take it down.
Exactly.
Yahweh Shai and the angels.
It's gonna get turned into a pile of ashes.
Lord willing, can't wait to see that, man. Lord willing, we up there looking down on this place, toasting big cup of wine, rejoicing.
Yeah. Lord willing, we don't live through it.
Fuck this place, man. Fuck having goals here. It's just a ball, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all, man.
That's right. That's a good ending.
We gotta start sending up those curses at the end of the videos too.
You got something else? You good?
I ain't
We about to wrap it up. It's like way over an hour. So we about to wrap it up, man. Hope y'all was edified with that. We're gonna give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Barakatha Yahweh,
Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh Shai,
Barakatha Yahweh Shai.
Barakatha Rakakadash.
Dash.
Say shit.
Abad Babal.
And then the highest.
Sir.
Mhm.